Good morning, students. Today we are going to study the Roman system. We have already done the topic in the previous class, but let us revise it once again. So now let's study which all alphabets are there in the Roman system. Now this is the first number, which is 1. And to represent 1, we use I, capital I of English alphabet. Moving ahead, 5 will be represented by V. X stands for 10, L for 50, then C for 100, and D for 500, and M for 1000. So in total we are having only 7 alphabets. And now let's see how to study the Roman system. The first rule says that there are 4 alphabets, that is I, X, C, and the last one is M. We can repeat all 4 of these alphabets for maximum 3 times. It means if I am writing only I, this stands for 1. If I write 2 times I, it stands for 2. And writing I for 3 times, it is for 3. Now you must have seen all these numbers at your classrooms also, right? On the gates, they are labeled that this is 1A, 1B, this is 2A, 2B, this is 3rd A, 3rd B. Like that, if I'm going to write X one time, it is 10, 2 times X is 20, and 3 times X stands for 30. The same way, if you write 1 times C, it's 100, 2 times 200, 3 times 300, and this stands for 1000, 1M, 1000, 2M, 2000, 3M, 3000. Now, the next question is, if we can repeat them only 3 times, what about the next number? Means, what about 4 and what about 40? Before answering, I just want to tell students that many of you have a habit of writing these Roman numerals by putting such 2 lines. And that is not correct. So please be very careful that we are not going to put the lines. These sleeping lines are only for the alphabet I. Remember your English alphabets? We use 2 sleeping lines to represent capital I. That's it. And now our second rule will tell how to write the alphabet for 4 or 40. The rule says after I we are having V. The next alphabet is V, which stands for 5. Now what if I subtract 1 from this 5 to get the answer 4? Right? So the thing is, to show that they both are being subtracted from each other, we will write the smaller alphabet first and then the alphabet carrying the greater value. I'll repeat it once again. I am going to write the smaller alphabet or the alphabet which carries smaller value first, and then then the symbol of greater value. It will represent that they both are subtracting each other and we get the answer 4. The same goes, I can get 40 if I subtract 50 and 10. So to show the function of subtraction, I'll write 10 first and then 50. Because if I write L and then 50, this will show that 50 and 10 are added. So I hope it's clear The rule says when a alphabet carrying smaller value lies on the left of the alphabet with greater value, they are subtracted. But in case the smaller value is on the right side of the greater value, they are being added. So this stands for 60 and this is for 40. The same way over here it stands for 4, and if I write V and I, it will be 6. So now students, you must be very much clear that writing the correct position of the alphabets does make a lots of change, isn't it? X and L are used, but in two different ways and two different numbers are here. I and V are used in two different ways to represent two different numbers. And now is rule number 3. Means if I am going to write any number and I have to write it in Roman system, the method is first I will expand these two numbers. Because if I write 2 and 5 separately in a Roman numeral, that will give me a wrong answer. So 25, where 2 is at tens place, 5 is at ones place. So now I can represent 20 by 2x and 5 by a V, and in the last step I can remove the sign of plus and they all will together become 25. Otherwise, it has been observed that students make a mistake by writing 2 like this and 5 like this. And this is a wrong method of writing Roman numbers. Here is one more example, and the example is 47. So the first step is I am going to write the expanded form where 4 is at tens place and 7 is at ones place. To write 40, I'll say 10 is subtracted from 50. And to write 7, I'll write 5, 6 and 7. And the last step will be, we will remove the sign of addition and we will write all the alphabets together and we get a answer. Rule number 4. Now, when we have already given with a Roman number and we have to find its value, it's very important to understand what we are going to do now. Now you can see X representing 10, 1 10 again, 1, and this is 10. Now this can't be the answer of this number. So what we are going to do is we are going to put a sign of addition everywhere. But now if we are going to put a sign of addition everywhere, again we will not get a correct answer. So what is something which we are looking for is, whenever we see the alphabets, they should be always arranged in a descending order. They should be always arranged in a descending order. Descending means big to small. But now you can see 10, 10, 1 and 10. This 1 is interrupting in between, or it is not making the order descending correctly. So something is wrong here. So either there are two options. Either I can add it to this number or I can subtract it with this number. Now the rule says whenever we are having any number which disturbs the descending order of the sequence of the alphabets, we are going to subtract it with the number on the right side. So the exact number which we will get is 10 and 10, and now this will be read all together where it is 10 minus 1, which stands for the value 9. I hope it's clear. I'll repeat it once again. The sequence should be in a descending order. But if something disturbs the sequence, it will be subtracted with the alphabet which is on the right side of it. So 10 and 1 subtracted together gives me answer 9. And now 10 plus 10, 20 plus 9, the value is 29. Let's see one more example. Now over here, this is 10. This stands for 100, 1, 1 and 1 again. Now, these all are in descending order, but this is disturbing. So what we will do, we will subtract it with the number on the right side, and if we subtract 110, we will get an answer. What should be the answer? It should be 90. So 90 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 times. So the answer becomes 90, 91, 92 and 93. I hope it's clear now that the value of the alphabet should be in a descending order, but if something disturbs it, let it subtract with the next number which is on the right side and get the value, and later on add rest all numbers. Thank you.